My name is Teacher Skyla with SkylaSpost.com, and on this channel you'll find videos all about making an income from home with different teaching opportunities. In this video we're going to talk about Outschool. We want to talk about pay with Outschool. Of course, we want to know what they pay, how they pay, and when they pay. So we're going to talk about all of those things in this video. I'm going to start out reading right from the teacher guide, getting started from Outschool, so that way you know where I'm getting my information, okay? And so it says, as a teacher, you determine your own earnings. What? We'll talk about that. But you set the pay for the classes that you teach. Are you interested? Is this intriguing to you? It's so interesting and intriguing to me. So, as a teacher, you determine your own earnings on Outschool by setting the cost to enroll in each class, as well as the minimum and maximum class size. So, each class that you have, you get to determine the minimum number of students you will teach, the maximum students you will teach, and then how much it will cost to enroll in your class. Now that's per student, okay? And again, I'll give examples and we'll do that in a moment. But it also says if a class receives fewer than minimum enrollments, it is your decision whether or not to proceed. Wow, you get to decide. If you say minimum is 5 students, maximum is 10 students, if 3 students enroll, you can say, I'm not going to teach the class. Or you can say, absolutely, we'll do it anyway. You could even say, hey guys, we've got 3 students, our classes, we've got 3 of you enrolled, classes in 2 days. Tell your friends that you're excited about this class, let's try and get 2 more. There's a little kind of like class chat room that's created once the class is set and available and people start enrolling. You can comment to parents and make comments to the whole class. So that's also something you can do, is encourage them to bring their friends. It's online, their friends can join from home. Wonderful. Now, it says, Outschool's business model is to take a service fee each time a learner enrolls. That's fair. Outschool advertises your classes for you, gives you the platform. They already have a student base, so they're going to take a little bit. That's fair to me. So Outschool takes 30% of parents' payment and the teacher receives 70%. Those percentages still sound pretty good to me with the fact that you're not paying for advertising. You can also check out my video, What is Outschool? And it'll help tell you a little bit more. Now, that means that Outschool only earns what you earn, and our incentives are aligned. So let's help each other, and then they get 30%, you get 70%. Both Outschool and teachers are supported by parents enrolling. In the spirit of this arrangement, all class fees must be paid through the Outschool platform. So Outschool collects parent money, and then they pay you. How do they pay you? They pay you through a PayPal account, okay? Now this will tell you their specifics. Again, I'm reading from their detailed, what did they call it? Teacher guide, getting started, teacher earnings and payments. I'm literally taking this straight from Outschool so that you know that right now this is their current information. It is April 2020 and this is what they do. Of course, policies could change at some point, but right now it's going great for them. So, payout details. We send section payouts to teachers using PayPal. Okay, it'll make sense in 1 second. The payout amount for each is 0.07 times the price times the number of students. Again, I'll give an example in just 1 moment. And then it says, for most classes, you'll receive payment for a section 7 or 8 days after its start date. So you can either have a one-time class and you'll receive the payment 7 to 8 days after, or you can have a recurring class. So if you have a class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you continue to build upon and grow with your students, and they're taking that same lesson with you, then those are ongoing classes, and you'll receive a batch payout on Sundays, 7 to 13 days after the meeting has occurred. So it could be 1 to 2 weeks. So if you're doing a 2-week ongoing class, you would most likely receive the payment closer to the 13 days. Okay? So 1 to 2 weeks, every 1 to 2 weeks you're getting paid. If you are doing a class that's Tuesday, you would get paid 7 to 8 days later through PayPal. Not bad, right? It says payments are sent out at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time each day from the address payments@outschool.com. So you'll know who it's coming from. It says, please note that if your section started in the afternoon or evening, payment may be lumped into the next morning's batch. That's when you hit 8 days. Still, not bad. Getting paid, getting to choose what you charge, getting to choose how many students are in your class, and then you're getting paid every 1 to 2 weeks. Sounds great to me. And you must link your PayPal account. And it gives suggestions on how to do that. When I filled out my application, I just put in my PayPal email, and it asked me to confirm it, and then I was good. It was so easy. And then, of course, they encourage you to link your bank account to your own PayPal so that if you don't want to spend money straight from PayPal, you can just transfer it over to your bank account and have access to it. Most of us are familiar with PayPal and know that. Now, okay, so let's give a few examples, and then we'll go from there. So, how is through PayPal from Outschool? They collect money from parents, and then they pay you your 70%. And then, I guess I'll write that in case you're visual. So, PayPal, when? 7 to 8 days for some classes, but if you have ongoing classes, it's 7 to 13 days. Okay? And then what? What do you get paid? There's a big variation in this because you have your class that you create and set up. For example, I am creating a story time class. My story time class, I fill it out in their Create Courses tab, and I just fill in the blanks. The title, the description, I choose how many students, I choose the ages, how many minimum, how many maximum, I choose my day, I choose if it's once a week, twice a week, if it's ongoing, and then I say how long it is. The classes can be 15 minutes to 60 minutes. I have heard that you might be able to go 90 minutes. That I will need to double check, but I personally would like my classes to either be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 60 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. So for story time, I would say 30 minutes. It lets me choose between ages 3 and 18, so I would say starting at age 3, probably cut it off somewhere between I could do like 3 to 6, I could do 3 to 5, and then do another story time like 5 to 8. You could really just choose. And let's say I say my minimum is 5 students, my maximum is 10 students. So for that 30 minutes, I could choose how much I want to charge per student. Okay? So what do you get paid? As a new teacher, it is encouraged to do about $10 per student per hour, I believe, just to get your first class going and start getting parent feedback. Because when you start getting parent feedback, then other parents are going, they have a good class because other parents are enjoying this class. Does that make sense? So it just bumps up your profile. Now, there's other people that just are passionate about teaching, and they're like, I would do this for free if I could, and they just charge $1 per student per half hour, and more power to them. That is not me. That is not me. So let's say you're charging $10 per student per half an hour. Okay, so that's your 30 minutes. Okay? And let's say that you have just built yourself up, you've got a great background, great lighting, you're very energetic, and you stand out amongst other teachers. So you're charging $10 per half hour per student. Okay? Your class size, let's say my minimum is 5 students, my maximum is 10 minutes. So collected from parents to Outschool at 5 students is $50 for that half an hour. 10 students is 100. Now remember, I get to keep 70% of that. Okay? So, if I taught 5 students story time for half an hour, Outschool will collect $50. $35 is mine. Yes, please. If all 10 students show, let's say I've got 10 students in this class. Now I get $70 for the half hour for my 10 students, and Outschool gets 30. Okay? Because it's small group tutoring, your potential for half hour or hourly income goes up significantly. Now, there are parents requesting like private one-on-one lessons. You're absolutely allowed to do that. I will continue making Outschool videos. I'll tell you about my process. I am still new, but I'm loving these numbers and I'm loving what people are making. But I'll keep you all updated, let you know how my money's going and all of that. Now, keep in mind, let's say you have your 5 students enrolled in the class and only 4 show up. When you're going into that class, it'll say that you're pending $50 because the parents pay when they enroll. But remember, it'll adjust to your 70%, and you'll only get paid for who you teach. That's fair. I think that's fair. So, this pending amount would get readjusted, and it would go down to 40, and then your actual payout would be your 70%. Okay? So just keep in mind, some people call it a refund, giving a refund for the class. I don't necessarily think of it as a refund because I should get paid for who shows up. I think that that's fair. So it says, sometimes there are cases when you will need to issue a refund to a parent after you have already been paid out for that section and no longer have the ability to perform any refund actions from your end. When this happens, you will need to send back your 70% of the refund for that student with PayPal and all of that. So if something happens, I don't know all of the stipulations. It's not something that happens very often, but just know it's only for that class. So if I taught a specific class, like if I taught my story time on Wednesday and I had 6 students enrolled but 5 students showed from that class, I would only get paid for the 5 students. So there's that. Yes. So right now, what questions do you have? So how do you get paid? Through PayPal. How much do you get paid? 70% of the money collected for the class. How much will that be? It depends on what you charge per student per class, and it also depends on how many students you have. If you ever have less than your minimum, you are not required to teach the class. You get to choose your minimum and your maximum. I think you can set it between, I've seen classes go up to 18. I guess I've never really tried to go really high. Maybe it caps out at like 20. I don't know. I'd have to double check. So if you want to know that, let me know and I will look it up. Yeah. So again, I'm loving these numbers, and a lot of people starting out are averaging $40 for an hour or more. This is fantastic. And again, if you double check and you watch my video about what is Outschool, you will see how this can be very profitable and that you have so much freedom and flexibility in teaching what you're passionate about. Also, once a week, anyone who is enrolled, whether you have just enrolled to start the application process or you're already teaching, there's an email that comes out saying classes that parents are requesting. I've seen anything from talking about hamsters, talking about Minecraft, teaching kids how to bake or sew, English lessons, math, exercise. I've the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. And so sometimes if there's something you're interested in and you know some about and you have a student requesting it, you can create that class and then start teaching that student. You know, it's really great. So please comment below with any questions that you have or email me at skylasposts@gmail.com. And I hope this is helpful for you. And if you want more Outschool videos, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notifications, and I'll see you soon.